Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news Cartridge for Wednesday, February 7th, 2018. If you want to jump around in today's episode, timestamps and reference links can be found in the description below. We are starting today with more tales of review manipulation, but this one has a much different tone than the one we had talked about yesterday with the developers of Postal. By the way, I've got an update on them coming up right after this story. The developer we focus on today is Unusual Soft, with the lead developer named Manique, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, having all of their games, including Ball 3D Online Soccer, taken down from Steam after he offered in-game currency in exchange for players to review his game. It's a rather simple looking soccer game, but coming from what looks like a single person development team and is free to play. And I just want to point out that Manique did not ask for reviews to be positive, just for a review to be written. And yeah, I do agree that this is review manipulation, but not in a way that we've really seen before. Usually those people are asking for positive reviews, or they have some other underhanded tactic. On the surface, this just seemed like a developer who wanted more attention brought to his game, and I can't fault him for just that point. Manique did not realize this was against Valve's terms of service and removed the offer within 1 hour, but Valve still ended their business relationship with him, removing all of his games from the storefront. Afterward, he continued to update his games and looked for different places where he could distribute them. Last month, Valve had reinstated his games after much discussion with him, and now you can find Ball 3D Online Soccer along with his other games, Ball 2D Online Soccer and Head Goal, all of which are free to play. So this begs the question, why would one developer get back onto Steam, whereas another developer, like Digital Homicide, would never see the light of Steam again? And once you boil all this down, it comes to talk is cheap, actions speak louder than words, and showing people a little respect instead of vitriol tends to get you a lot farther with them. In a comment left by this developer on my friend Musical Antihero's video about this same subject, which you should totally go check out, there's a link to it in the description down below, he is very respectful in his demeanor. He says Valve looked at him as though he were a human who makes mistakes, and I'm going to guess it was not the positive reviews on his games that got him back onto the platform, but rather how he conducted himself as he continues to show respect even where it may not be deserved. Who would have thought that if you make a mistake and then show people, actually do some work and not just tell them, you can get a second chance? Personally, I think for what he initially did, he did deserve a ban, but I also agree that he deserves a second chance, and I am not only sure that he will not make the same mistake again, but he will continue to flourish because he seems like a good person. Manique, if you're watching this, again, I'm sorry I'm butchering your name, but good for you, and I'm going to give your game a try over the weekend. Then we have a quick update on the developer Running with Scissors, who is allegedly giving away Postal 3 codes in exchange for positive reviews on Steam, and I am here to tell you that we've all been had, it's time to go home, it's just a prank, brah. It's a joke, never meant to be taken seriously, and if you believe that, I will sell you a bridge. I don't care if you want to call your own game trash and then give away keys for it, but if that's the case, then just give away the keys. Don't make a joke that's totally a joke until it's not a joke anymore and you follow through on it. My real question here is for Valve. Why do you kick one developer off your platform who had this offer for just 1 hour, but you let another developer with a more egregious violation carry on for months? Moving on, Rainbow Six Siege is free this weekend, but City Skylines is also hosting a free weekend on Steam. Fail Better Games has delayed Sunless Skies due to not selling as many copies as expected on early access. In a Kickstarter update, they said the game sold 15% as many copies as Sunless Sea, attributed it to going into early access too early, and that the marketplace is much different from when they originally launched. Fail Better Games say that they will deliver the game, just at a much later date instead of canceling it. In release announcements, The Surge 2 has been revealed by Deck 13 and should be out sometime 2019. Kerbal Space Program is finally getting its first expansion next month on March 13th called Making History. On to another Take-Two game, Red Dead Redemption. Take-Two saying they are confident they will not face another delay and it should release on October 26th. Then tickets for E3 2018 are going on sale next week on February 12th, costing $250 US each, with the first 1,000 receiving $100 off. Then we have confirmation that Metroid Prime 4 is definitely in development at Bandai Namco Singapore, so hopefully we will see some footage at E3 later this year. Google has decided to get more into gaming with a streaming service codenamed Yeti, which would allow players to stream games instead of downloading them. Yeti will work using the cloud to broadcast games to the user. It is expected to work with Chromecast or some Google console that's not out yet. Moving on to Mojang, who have announced that they will be shutting down all servers for their hit game Scrolls. Wait, they do stuff other than Minecraft? The servers are shutting down on February 13th, with a community tournament happening on the 11th. Originally, Mojang had only guaranteed that servers would be up and running until July 2016. They are currently working on a public version of the server software and a modified client so people can run their own servers. Unfortunately, up next is some sad news. The founder of Machinima.com and VR developer Strange Company, Hugh Hancock, has passed away of a sudden heart attack. He was in his early 40s. There's no word yet on if his game Left-Hand Path would continue to receive updates. My heart goes out to Mr. Hancock's family and his loved ones. And finally for today, more discussion on loot boxes, as Sweden 2 has joined in talks and may classify loot boxes as gambling by early next year. This coming from the country's Minister of Public Administration, saying they are working to regain control of the gambling market as soon as possible, and make sure Swedish consumer protection laws apply to all actors which conduct gambling activities. It sounds like they've got their minds made up and are waiting for the paperwork to go through. You will not hear me stop talking about loot boxes until they are gone, but I am interested in knowing what you have to think too, so please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you interested in any of these? It's tomorrow's game releases. For PC, Aegis Defender, Drakhen, Chamber of the Side-Mutant Priestess, Bubble Ghost, Eternam, Marco Polo, Hostage, Rescue Mission, Kitty Powers' Love Life, Attack of the Earthlings, Nightwolf, Survive the Megadome, A Case of Distrust, Midnight Quest, RTS Commander, Smash the Rebels, The 7 Districts of Sin, The Tale Makes the Fox, Episode 1, The Martha Madison Series, Prisoner, and Hunt Down the Freeman. For PlayStation 4, Aegis Defenders, and ACA Neo Geo Blazing Star. For Xbox One, ACA Neo Geo Blazing Star. For Nintendo Switch, Arcade Archives, Crazy Climber, Mercenary Saga Chronicles, Atomic, Run Gun Jump Gun, Disc Jam, Hyperion Cyberstorm, Aegis Defenders, and ACA Neo Geo 2020 Super Baseball. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And police have arrested the World Tongue Twister Champion. I imagine he'd be given a tough sentence. What a great show. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and hit the like button if you liked my show. Hit the dislike button if you did not like my show, but either way, it helps me out. Click up here to watch the bonus cartridge for today's episode. Click down here to watch yesterday's episode, which was about the Postal developer allegedly giving away keys in exchange for positive reviews on Steam, and click over here to subscribe to my wonderful, wonderful channel. Thank you. Bye. See you tomorrow.